Welcome.
How's it going, man?
Okay. So, how did you find Graal? And when did you start playing?
How I found Graal was, I recently got like an iPod Touch first generation, and I just first got it, and that was around the time that the iPhone 4 was coming out, so most games weren't really compatible. So I spent a whole night just looking for games, and I moved on to Graal Online Classic earlier 2013, around like February, and it was fun to me, and it allowed me to be more social. So I feel like that's why I stuck with it. But purely the reason why I first started playing was because it was compatible with my iPod Touch.
Did you experience any changes after your first year of playing?
So first year would have been 2014, but I don't think there was much changes that would have happened there. I can't remember all that much. I remember there was Nexus, but that wasn't really a change. I'm pretty sure that was an event that already had happened a few times. I can't remember if it was 2014 or 2015 that the old Graalettes and the old graphics kind of changed a little bit, and that a little more structure was added to the game. I mean, just from the community standpoint, I would say a lot more like forwarding. I don't know if that's the right term. I think that's more of a Graal era term, but forwarding guilds were made, and I joined that. I feel like that was a change in the community I saw, because most of it I remember was roleplay guilds. That would have been the only experience that I really saw change in Graal Online Classic.
What motivates you to keep playing Graal?
What motivates me to keep playing Graal was just how the community kind of helped me, and that sense that I can return that. Because changes happen, like there's the new house change and stuff like that, which makes me want to quit, where you can't share Graalettes and you can't do certain things. You can only make a certain amount of Graalettes per day. And what motivated me was that in my darkest times, the community did help, and that really motivated me to try and help the community back. I've tried doing Halloween events in my house and stuff like that. So what was, my pure motivation to keep playing this game that I played since I was like 11 or something was, I guess, just based on how I was treated and how that made me feel. How people kind of inspired me to try and give back, because if I was given that level of, would you call it, help and friendliness from the community, I think that perhaps I should do the same. That new players should have the same thing that I got. What I cherished the most was going on to Graal Online and talking to people and having them teach me things about the game. And I always was taught, like, the tricks. Like, there's this one cave you go in, and if you go on, these two little fish guys throw you out. And I like to try and sit near that cave nowadays and get people to go in there. But I can't, because there's not many players that are just exploring. And that's really the only reason I play nowadays.
How do you view the game today? What recent changes do you like or dislike? And why?
How I view the game nowadays is kind of like a Gaia Online situation. It's something that I hold very close to my heart, but it's still something that was majorly just thrown to the ground by, I guess, greed. Major changes like the Nexus not having really missions and just being a big catalog to buy things off of was something that I miss the quests of that dearly, is what I'm trying to say. But they chose to, make it more buy-centric. Buy this, buy that. There's not really anything to do with these cool ideas. So they did something similar with the houses where you can't share growlats between people anymore. And you can only make 2,000 per day, which kind of makes people want to buy it with real money, which is kind of killing the community. And I mean, it's always creative when they make this stuff for Nexus. What I like is that they have been, I guess, when they focus less on the quests, they can create cooler items, and I like that part of it. So, like the superhero one, without a really big quest, they could just add a lot more items in, which added a lot more creativity for what you could do. And what I like about newer stuff in here is that there always seems to be a lot more content since they're making less quests. So the community doesn't just get bored with the same hats, the same outfits, same mounts and stuff like that. I can definitely say that's a plus in my book because it does drive the community to keep going. But anything other than that, it's a little bit of a dislike. They've really removed a lot of features that helped me socialize, I guess, with the community and do the things that I wanted.
What items would you want to see in the nearby future?
I would say more tools. Like there's this one, there's these pegs down in Destiny that block a path. I don't know if you can get past that because I'm just not really doing quests right now, but I guess like tools like that are like quest related. So I would think definitely something like a hammer or maybe like a certain lantern that can only open up certain things, because we've gotten like cosmetic lanterns, but yeah, it's a hard one because I think more critically of this, something like a butterfly or like a bird morph where you can get up into like a hole in a cliffside that's on the water that you can float over. So you can't just access it with like a rat morph or something like that. That would be really cool. Something that has like function in the game is still my main focus. So something like that would be really cool to me, or boots, like specific boots you could add where it makes you like jump even higher and you can get to like bigger cliff sides. That would be cool to me. That would be, and even just like more VIP items that weren't just like morphs. Maybe like a little board, you know. And in my skater brain, I'm just like add a skateboard to everything, but like something like that where basically it just is either fun or it's a quest item.
Well, that concludes the ending of this interview. Thanks for joining, and good night.
But bye-bye, it was nice talking to you, man.